This is Countdown to Tip-Off. The Smoky Valley Vikings pregame show starts now. Coming up, keys to victory, a chat with the coach, and starting lineups. This is Smoky Valley Vikings basketball on 95.5 The Rock.
I love this gym, though, with this walkway. Welcome to Hoisington, Kansas. Don Binks along with Carson Byers, and we're live at Hoisington, Kansas for the second round of Substate after the Smoky Valley Vikings on their way to Norton the other night defeated the Norton team by the score of 40-35 to set up this game with Phillipsburg. They were winners in their semifinal game as well, so it's time for the Vikings to take on the Panthers. Carson, what do you think about the game tonight?
Well, it's the first day of March, and let's see if the Vikings can grab the first upset of this month. It'll certainly be a tough test tonight, as Phillipsburg has an 18-2 record, and despite they might not play as tough a competition as the Vikings have seen, but still 18-2 is very impressive. So, we talked about it on the way up. The Vikings are going to have to score the basketball tonight, and they're going to have to find ways to compete with this Phillipsburg team.
Yeah, they are. They're athletic. They got a couple of brothers, sons of the coach Sides, Trey Sides, Ty Sides, that are their 1-2 punch. They average almost 30 points per game between those two. So, yeah, there's something they have to look out for, but maybe they haven't seen anything as good defensively as our Vikings are.
Yeah, they probably haven't seen any guards that are so quick, especially just quick hands like Carson Reynolds and Lane Schrog have. Maybe those two guys can really disrupt them and make it tough to score. And, really all around, the Vikings play good defense, all five positions. And, we talked about it earlier that they don't have Phillipsburg doesn't have really much of a size advantage on the Vikings, so that's not going to hurt the Vikings too much tonight. Hopefully Chris Mullen can have a good game.
Phillipsburg lost to Beloit by 5 points. Beloit beat Smoky Valley by 5 points, so that's a one comparable. Smoky Valley beat Concordia second game of the year by 12 points. They beat Concordia by 5 points earlier in the year. So it's going to be a game, I feel, that we're going to match up with pretty quick, pretty good. They've got a taller guy as well, maybe 6'4", 6'5", but nothing out of the ordinary, and they're just good shooting teams.
Yeah, no, certainly on paper it's something that the Vikings can't handle, especially in the size department. But you don't exactly know what we're going to get out of this team just because there's some comparison in games like you just listed there, but we don't know exactly how tough a competition they face,
sure,
how good they're going to be, and we're going to find out quickly, and we'll see how the pace starts to shape up in the first quarter.
We'll take our first time out. When we come back, we'll talk about scoring, some matchups. You're listening to Smoky Valley Basketball.
People's Bank and Trust takes pride in its heritage of service to the customer and features 12 locations in central Kansas. People's Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Smoky Valley and Bethany College. Member FDIC.
I really appreciate the faculty and staff here at Bethany. They care about their students, and they're helping them achieve their goals and to be successful.
It's a Christian-based college, and I felt that he was in the right hands when I left him here.
We chose Bethany College so my son could have a good life.
If you want inspired learning at an affordable price, choose Bethany College. Learn more about your good life at bethanylb.edu.
Linsmore Community Hospital and Family Healthcare Clinic, supporting concussion safety and impact testing for all athletes who call the Smoky Valley home. Game day starts and finishes at Farley's Bar and Grill in downtown Linsmore. Located at 101 North Main, this upscale, one-of-a-kind establishment offers a wide variety of drink and food specials. Come try their jalapeno poppers, coconut chicken tenders, or their classic Monte Cristo. Then wash it down with an ice-cold beer or tall glass of wine. Farley's Bar and Grill at the corner of Lincoln and Main in downtown Linsmore. Farley's, your game day headquarters for the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes.
Carson Byers, and we got Jared Bass working the controls for us once again, doing a great job. Vikings are led in scoring again by Lane Schrog, 10.5 points per game, followed by Cole Brumbaugh at 8.8. Cade Snyder also at 8.8. 2.9 for Carson Winholtz, 2.5 Matt Lucas. Well, I forgot Blake Hebel at 8 points per game. Chris Mullen at 3.8 points per game. He had a better game the other night against Norton. He was a factor inside with 8 points, so he did a much better job. But the Vikings only averaged 48.6 points per game, so they're going to have to score a little more because Phillipsburg, on the other hand, averages 58.4. But the Sides brothers are really what makes them go.
Yeah, they're led in scoring by the older Sides brothers, got 17 points a game. The younger Sides brother, he's a sophomore, has 12.8 points per game. And then Austin Miller adds 8 points for them. Nathan Moon adds 6 points for them a game. So kind of balanced scoring outside of the Sides brothers. They got a lot of guys that can pitch in. Dibble adds, 3 to 4 points a game for him. So, despite the Sides brothers, that's not all their offense. They got guys that can pitch in, and the Vikings are going to have to be ready for that.
Yeah, and like you said, we got to have to score more points tonight. 40 points, the 40-35 victory over Norton the other night. 40 isn't going to do it tonight. We're going to have a few more of them. I know we're going to hold them below their average, but we're going to have more than 40. My guess is it's going to have to be a 55-50 game, and that would be a good number for me.
Yeah, they are. And Smoky Valley is the underdog tonight, but this is a program that's been to the state tournament 3 years in a row. They need to come out, play loose, play with some confidence, play with some pride tonight, and shoot the basketball, with a lot of confidence, and hopefully that'll get things rolling.
I had a chance to talk with Coach Snyder yesterday about tonight's game. We'll play that for you after a timeout, then be back with starting lineups and the tip-off. You're listening to Smoky Valley Basketball.
The Old Stuga in downtown Lidsborg is celebrating 40 years in business. Home of the famous Brent Nelson sandwich. Visit them on South Main Street. Go Vikings and go Swedes.
And welcome back to more Viking pregame. Don Binks along with Coach Doug Snyder as you took step one on Monday night on the cold and snowy horizon of Norton, Kansas up near Nebraska. So good to get that one out of the way and get a win.
It was going into that game. I think it's always that first round game. It doesn't matter if you're the higher seed or the lower seed. It's a tough one because, you just want to get through that game and see what happens after that. And you want to get into the semis and give yourself a chance. We haven't had to play the 3-round format for a number of years now. So it's a little different for us to get back in that mix and have to play that early week game and then play, the next rounds after that. But, our mantra was if we're going to travel that far, that cold, we might as well win and come back. And it didn't look too optimistic at times there when we weren't shooting the ball real well in the second and the third quarter. But I thought our guys responded so well in the fourth quarter to the things that had happened. And I thought we used our post game maybe better than we've used it all year in establishing our presence inside. And I was really pleased with how we finished up. I was pleased with how we shot our free throws and really sealed the game up. And I thought defended extremely well in the course of the last 6 to 8 minutes. I thought we really got after it and made it difficult for Norton to score, and that was important for us to finish that game off strong. Again, very similar to most of the games we played this year. We limp along for a while and then have a really strong fourth quarter. Sometimes we finish it off well, and sometimes we get snake bit, but, luckily for us, Monday we finished it off strong.
Yeah, it was nice to see another team have a mistake, get a foul called, and get a chance to extend our lead there at the end. So we got a victory on the road. We turn our attention now to the Substate semis at Hoisington against Phillipsburg, the number 1 seed, and got a couple of opponents in common and maybe not so much fear of them.
Well, I think there's maybe not fear, but respect. You got to have a lot of respect for a team like that. They're currently ranked number 3 in the state in 3A, and we've played the team that's above them in Beloit, and they've played Beloit, and both of us lost to Beloit by 5. So there are some common elements there. They put Norton away pretty handily the 2 times they played them. Like I said, I didn't feel like we shot the ball extremely well at Norton, but at the same time, we came away with the win. So you just got to put that one in your back pocket and go from there. But, when you get to the sub-state level, it's all kind of out the door. It's that pressure of playing. It's, how do you handle that pressure? And I think for us, as we go into Friday, we know we're playing a very good Phillipsburg team. The 2 Sides brothers are very solid. They average 30 points a game between the 2 of them. For us, I think the biggest thing is we just got to come play. We got to convince our guys it doesn't matter who it is we're playing. It doesn't matter what number is on their shirt and what their rank is and what their seed is. We got to go out and compete the way we did earlier in the year when we played teams like Beloit and Hutch Trinity and those ranked teams, Abilene, to start the season. And we got to get after it. And we've got to use those things at the end of the season where we got bit a little bit in some of those late games to be able to take the advantage of that and be able to finish off a really good basketball team. But it's definitely going to be a tough road. It's going to be one of those where we're going to have to shoot the ball well, we're going to have to defend well, and we're going to have to control the boards well. But it's a game that I think we're excited about playing.
Again, talking with Coach Doug Snyder pregame before the semifinal against Phillipsburg Friday night, and the Vikings haven't played always so well against Hoisington at Hoisington. Now you get to play at Hoisington against another opponent. Maybe that'll be the key to making the guys play better.
Maybe we have the luxury of having played at Hoisington once, so we're a little fresher, and maybe Phillipsburg has a tough time playing at Hoisington against Smoky Valley. So, I think our guys talked earlier in the year about being a little stressed about when they play at Hoisington that we haven't played a good game there. But, I think once you get over all that, and it's going to be important for us as a staff to remind them it's a new time. It's a new opportunity. When we first got the new lights in the gym last year, it felt like everybody was shooting lights out in our gym, and then things kind of settled down after that, and we end up winning our Substate at home last year, playing really well. So we've got to, again, get back to that whole feeling that we belong, that we can compete, whether it's at Hoisington, whether it's at home, wherever it is, against Hoisington, against Phillipsburg. And we are very capable of that. We've got guys on this team that they don't stress out too much about missed shots. They don't stress out too much about what happens the previous play. They just play. And I think that's going to have to be important for us to block out some things, because Phillipsburg's going to have some runs. They're going to have some times where they come down and they hit a couple of threes in a row, and we're going to have to respond from that. And to credit to this team, they've done that most of the season. So we've got to wipe this slate clean right now and go in there just saying it's a one-game run on Friday night. We need to take care of business, and we need to get after it in that jam.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Side brothers. How about a couple of keys to victory, both how we play and how we defend?
Well, it'd be nice if they would stay home, but they're probably not. But they're good basketball players, and they shoot the ball extremely well. Our goals are going to be pretty simple. We've got to make sure we contain them. I don't think you're going to stop them. I think you can contain them. They're still going to score points because they're athletic and they play well. The older one is 6'1". He attacks the rim well. We're going to need to make sure we keep them in front of us. We're going to need to make sure we challenge shots. But I think bigger than that, we've got to make sure that guys are ready to help when they put the ball on the floor. And we've got to get the boards. We cannot give up second and third chances to their other guys on the team. They're good players. They're not the Sides boys, but they make everybody else on the floor better because you have to do so much to stop them. And so it's going to be important for us to make sure that doesn't get away from us, that we maintain our composure inside, that when we do help, somebody else takes advantage, and we've got to own the glass. And our biggest key is we got to hit shots. Our guys got to step up and be confident and nail shots, because we're going to need to score some points to win this game.
Sounds like a plan, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks.
Doug Snyder of the Vikings. We'll be back with more pregame right after this.
People's Bank and Trust is proud to support the Lindsborg community and the athletes at Smoky Valley High School and Bethany College. I'm Ryan Biegert, branch manager at the Lindsborg location for People's Bank and Trust, a proud native of Lindsborg, and I'm ready to be your banker. People's Bank and Trust, meeting the needs of our community and always improving the way we do business. Located at 201 South Main in Lindsborg, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Vikes and go Swedes.
Hoisington, Kansas. Don Binks along with Carson Byers. Want to thank our sponsors, Harry Malary, CNL Heating and Cooling, People's Bank and Trust, Yoder Lawn and Tree Care, Farmer State Bank, On Reinert CPA, Smoky Valley Booster Club, Gallant Tire and Auto, Scott's, Lindsborg Family Dental Care, Viking Auto, Bank of Tescott. Call Mari for your Smoky Valley real estate needs, Dr. Darrell Loader, and Midway Motors, as the Vikings and the Phillipsburg Panthers are getting ready to play in the late game tonight. Right after ours, it'll be Hayes TMP Marion against the host Hoisington. So that game will be right after our game, and they will have the national anthem before that. So it is time for starting lineups. And how about the Phillipsburg Panthers tonight?
Phillipsburg is going to start a 5'11 senior Jonathan Honeycutt, a 6'5 junior Austin Miller, a 6'1 senior Trey Sides, a 5'8 sophomore Ty Sides, and a 5'7" senior, Nathan Moon.
So for Coach Sides, he'll send out his starting lineup of Hannicutt, Miller, Sides, and Moon. And how about our Vikings tonight?
The Vikings are going to start 5'11" senior Lane Schrog, 6' senior Cole Rumbaugh, 5'10" senior Carson Winholtz, 6' senior Blake Hebel, and 6'4" senior Chris Mullen.
So Coach Schneider will send out his normal lineup of Schrog, Brumbaugh, Winholtz, Hebel, and Mullen. The Vikings in their road black uniforms with white lettering, white numerals, trimmed in orange and black and white down the sides. And the Phillipsburg Panthers in their all white uniforms. I think it's navy blue colors on there, trimmed in gold. And they got kind of a striping goes across the shorts. Kind of a cool looking shorts that they got on, but they're all white. And it's the Panthers and the Vikings here ready to do battle in Hoisington. Winner plays tomorrow afternoon. They've moved the game times up. Girls game will start at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And the guys game will start at 3:30 or thereabouts. So it'll be the winner of this game against the winner of the Hoisington Hayes TMP Prep, which will come right after our game. So we hope that they'll do good with that. We got some scores here for you on the girls' side. Norton was the winner last night over. See if I can get to my notes here. I don't have the right sheet. Norton won, and
who do they play?
Here it is. Russell won. Russell won over TMP. So Norton and Russell is in that 2 o'clock game tomorrow afternoon, and the winner of this game will be matched up against the winner of the game right behind us, Hoisington and TMP. It's a north and south gym. Vikings will be shooting at the south end. We're on the right beside the scores table, right behind the scores table. So it is controlled by the Vikings, and we're underway. Don't forget, you can also watch on live.smokeyvalley.org. Thanks to Mike Rose for putting that on for everybody. And Phillipsburg comes out man-to-man, and Lane Chalk throws it away first possession. So turnover. Not a good start.
Yeah, key to victory here would be to control the things that you can control when you're playing a good team like that. And that's not a great start there with the turnover.
Trey Sides, the older one, brings it up court, gets it off to Hannicutt. The Vikings are man-to-man. They go inside, knocked away. We can't come up with the steal. There's a backdoor pass, and it's thrown away. So each team starts with a turnover. That was a little backdoor cut there by Hannicutt to Sides, and he misjudged the speed of Sides coming down the lane. And it's turnover one each here, first 30 seconds into the ball game. No score yet. Schrog working against number 20, Moon. Near side it comes to Winholtz. Blake Hebel, baseline corner, near side. Out to Cole Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh on the spin around, backside inside to Mullen. Kick out to Hebel, who wanted to shoot there, and then we're going to go the other way. Hebel got a little bit aggressive there. Sides got good position, and he gets called for the foul. Could have gone either way. He was a little bit late getting there maybe, but he picked up the charging call, so Vikings turn it over on the foul. Still no score 1 minute into the ball game. Hannicutt out top, goes over to Moon. Moon looking inside right near the Viking bench, goes cross court to the younger Sides. Baseline corner, Trey Sides. His baseline drive, kick out to Hannicutt right from the elbow. It's good. So Phillipsburg takes a 2-0 lead at the 6:50 mark. And that was Vikings with it. Winholtz goes way out top to Hebel. Over to Brumbaugh near side right by the Phillipsburg bench to Schrog. Schrog will get the offense started. Goes over to Winholtz and tipped out by Sides. It'll stay with the Vikings. 2-0. 6.5 minutes left to go. First quarter here from Hoisington. Substate winner to play tomorrow afternoon. Looking for the backdoor cut. Not there. Goes into Hebel. It goes over to Schrog, and they'll reset the offense. Just underway here, first quarter. Vikings yet to score here in the first quarter. Gets it off to Winholtz, back to Schrog. Lane Schrog with the dribble drive, knocked out of bounds by Sides. He's got the matchup of the older Trey Sides. Martin inside with Mullen. That's a pretty good matchup, both about the same size. Now they go zone out of the inbound play. Out to Mullen. He's got it out just past the free throw line. Over to Schrog. Bounce pass inside to Hebel. Off the glass and good. Blake Hebel ties the score up at 2-2 with 6:05 to go here first quarter. Moon bounce pass into Hannicutt. He can't get the handle on it. and they turn it over. So turnovers for 2 for Phillipsburg, just 1 for Smoky Valley.
It's just good low post defense, not make that pass easy in there.
They're going to put a full court press on the Vikings. They get it into Winholtz. Winholtz quickly into, I thought he was going to come across the timeline, but slowed it down. Gets a screen from Blake Hebel. He gets it in the front court, no problem. And they reset the offense. 2-2 score. Here's Brumbaugh with it, near side by the Phillipsburg drive. Elevates, block, out of bounds. And it'll be Smoky Valley ball.
It was a nice head fake by Cole. Blake was coming for the pick and roll, and Cole took it baseline.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go ahead and shoot right from the blocks there, but he was waiting for that play to develop, and he got it blocked away. Outside it goes to Winholtz. 5:40 to go, first quarter, 2-2 tie. Baseline corner, Hebel looked at the 3, didn't trigger. Goes out top, Brumbaugh will trigger a 3, and it's good. Arn Reinert, CPA three-pointer.
Well, it's no secret that this team is entirely different when Cole Brumbaugh is hitting his three-pointers. Great start there.
5 for the Vikings, 2 for Phillipsburg. Dribble drive, sides, kick it out to Hannicutt, knocked away and stolen by the Vikings. Schrog with it on the left-handed dribble. And we're going to go the other way. Schrog going to get called for the charge. Moon got set up. I think he thought Moon was going to move a little bit more, and he didn't. And he picks up the foul.
Either
like he's
way,
had a kind of a 3-on-3 break.
Either way, great job to get the turnover, and then a good job by Lane to get out and run. This is what this team does so well, is turning those turnovers into offense, using the speed from Lane and Carson.
Cade Snyder and Conrad Peterson checking in for the Vikings. No substitutions yet for Phillipsburg. Vikings up 5-2. There's sides in the middle of the lane, little floater, missing, rebound. Conrad hit it, but I don't know if Moon hit it or not. Cade seemed to think that Moon hit it, but official said nope, he didn't touch it. He had the best view right there, and that's one of my friends. That's Jason Gordon on the call over there, and there's a reach-in by Blake Hebel. So Blake now has 2 fouls. That's not a good choice there for Blake. He got a little bit too aggressive. Matt Lucas now coming in to check in for Blake Hebel. So Blake will have a few minutes on the bench before he gets back in there. He'll get back in there this half. Don't worry about that. Out to the younger sides. He's guarded by Lane Schrog. Driving side of Lane. Bounce pass to Moon. Bounce pass to Martin. And I didn't think anybody for Smoky Valley hit it, but they said it did. So they get a little. They like to really bounce past those little backdoor cuts underneath there. And Martin, the biggest guy, throws it in for Phillipsburg. Out to the younger sides, inside to Martin in the lane. He got away with the travel. Dump down, and now we're going to have a pushing foul on Conrad Peterson. So the foul's starting to mount on the Vikings here early. 4 fouls to 0.
Yeah, he just got caught with his hands down there trying to pick at the ball.
Yeah, just a kind of a double hand check there, no problem. Hannicutt to put it in play, gets knocked away by Lucas. It'll stay with Phillipsburg.
Credit to the Vikings. They're certainly not making anything easy for Phillipsburg on the offensive end. Fouls are mounting up, but
Martin coming in, Tyler Martin coming in, as well as number 32, Dibble. Dibble in, gets the inbound plays, comes out to the younger sides. His head and shoulder fake, dribble drive into the lane. Now outside of the lane, gets it to his brother. Now back to the younger brother. Out top, guarded by Lane Schrog. Man-to-man Viking defense. Kick it out to Martin, who just checked in. Dribble drive by sides. No. Good rebound by Matt Lucas. Strong rebound, Matt Lucas. Boy, and he held onto the ball, too, and protected the ball so well. Vikings up 5-2. Here's Schrog out to Snyder. Wanted to trigger a 3. Didn't. Back to Conrad. Back to Snyder. His dribble drive out to Lucas. He's a threat to shoot that from top of the key, but didn't trigger that one. Martin guarding Cade Snyder off to Schrog. Snyder out with it. Inside to Lucas. Lucas with it. Outside to Schrog. Schrog with it. Gets a screen from Conrad Peterson. Dribbles to the left side of the lane. Inside and too strong. Rebound. Last touch by the big guy Martin inside. Moon and Hannicutt back in for Phillipsburg. Cole Brumbaugh back in for the Vikings, replacing Winholtz. So it's Brumbaugh, Lucas, Peterson, Snyder, and Schrog. And a steal. Oh, but right back to Schrog, but he misses the put back in. And there's a foul on the rebounding. And we're going to say
that's me on Conrad.
Conrad too aggressive on the rebound. So that's the 5th team foul on the Vikings to 0 for Hoisington, or for Phillipsburg. Mullen back in, Conrad Peterson out. A little bit of foul trouble for the Vikings here, starting to mount up. 2 for Blake Hebel, 2 for Conrad Peterson. Vikings will look like they'll go a little 1-3-1 trapping zone. Moon to sides, back to Moon, near side, right by the Viking bench. Sides will dribble drive, and we're going to have a foul, an illegal screen on the play. That's on 32, Dibble. He got caught for the foul. And he'll go out, and Martin will come back in. Martin's their tall guy. He wears number 10, but he's tall. He's 6'5" in the program. Coach Snyder said he was 6'3" in their scouting report. Dog across the line. Moon really tough on him. Here's a shot. Lane missing. Rebound. Martin inside.
I like the aggression by Lane.
Good. Absolutely good trigger. There's a pass inside to Hannicut. His shot off the glass. No. Rebound Matt Lucas. Strong rebound Lucas. So play up to Snyder. Had it deflected, but it stayed with there. We're right in the Phillipsburg section of fans, so it's going to be a little loud when they do something good, but they trail right now. Here's Mullen, his shot. Yeah. Good, Chris Mullen.
He just kept coming across the lane until he found a little space and a nice little running hook shot.
2:45. Neither team has scored. Phillipsburg scored their first basket at the 6:50 mark. They haven't scored yet in over 4 minutes. Good Viking. We talked about how good the Viking defense was.
They're
Here's
just making
Moon.
things ugly right now.
Around it goes to Martin inside. Turn around, missing. Rebound. Cade Snyder's going to run down the long rebound. Snyder's going to bring it up court on his own. Into the front court. Gets it off to Schrog, who goes to Lucas. Lucas wanted to go to Brumbaugh.
Cole wants that ball.
Cole wanted it too. You bet he did. 2:15 to go. Vikings up 7-2. Snyder. And throws it right to Martin. Turnover Vikings. Martin with it, loses the handle, and gets called for the double dribble. Wow. That's good transition defense after a bad turnover.
This game is going right to where the Vikings want it. It's an ugly game. Both teams are making mistakes. The Vikings find themselves ahead right now.
The young sides comes back in. Carson Winholtz back in for Lane Schrog. 2:06 left to go, first quarter. In a low-scoring defensive game, but that would be a plus for the Vikings to keep the score low. Phillipsburg, averaging almost 60 points a game, has 2 so far in this first quarter. We're under 2 minutes to go. Winholtz on the dribble drive. Gets it off to Brumbaugh, knocked away by Sides. It'll stay with Smoky Valley.
Phillipsburg's doing a good job on the defensive end, too.
No kidding. Yeah, it's a defensive battle tonight. They knew they were going to have to play good defense against Smoky Valley. Minute 45 left to go. First quarter action. Vikings up. After being behind 2-0, they put a 7-0 run together. Mullen with it. Gets it off to Lucas. Lucas right at the free throw line, and Lucas drug his pivot foot. I would agree with that, too.
Phillipsburg is not fooled by this flex offense. They're all over it.
Is that 3 turnovers or 4 for us?
I think it's 3.
And Phillipsburg has?
Yeah, Phillipsburg has 4.
Okay. Agreed on that. Johan Rockhold in for the first time, giving Lucas a break.
Love to see a few more stops here with a minute and a half left.
Boy, would love to keep this. Moon with it from the younger sides. Looking for Martin inside, goes to Moon. Moon dribble in the lane, elevate shot. No, rebound Martin. And tied up. Ball loose, picked up by Carson Winholtz. They had a turnover. That's a turnover.
Great hands by Carson to knock that ball away from the taller.
Yeah, Martin had it, but he couldn't hang on to it. No, it's not Martin, it's Miller. I got that guy. And there's a pickpocket of Brumbaugh by Sides. The younger Sides gets a pickpocket and gets the basket and one. Ty Sides gets the basket. Boy, he really kept the pressure on Cole and got that ball. He really let it go with his left hand. It was kind of a wild shot, but it went down.
Yeah, and Cole wanted to make him earn it at the line, but Ty Sides just did a really good job of keeping that ball in control and making the layup.
That's their first point, or under a minute to go. 54 seconds left since the 6:50 mark, and he gets the and one, so they get it back to 7-5. 50 seconds left to go. 3 points now for the younger sides. The older sides has yet to score. Here's Cade Snyder, 3. No. Rebound Mullen. A beautiful rebound, but he can't get the putback. but he's fouled, and Mullen will have 2 free throws. Beautiful rebound. He just timed his jump just perfect. You could see his arms going up when everybody else was coming down.
Well, it was a similar rebound that Miller had down here at the other end when it was stolen away by Winholtz, and Chris did a good job of keeping it high and couldn't get the layup to go, but he's going to get free throws.
Can't make the first. Cade Snyder out, Trey Kennedy in for the first time.
Yeah, these younger guys are getting more and more minutes and been called upon earlier and earlier as the season's gone on, doing some good things.
Second Mullen free throw, no. Rebounded by the younger sides. They want to move it quickly. Off it goes to Moon. Moon dribble drive in the lane, kick out Trey Sides, long 2, no. Rebound, Smoky Valley. Trey Kennedy with the rebound. Vikings pretty assured of taking the lead into the first quarter. See what Carson Winholtz can do. He puts his hand on top of his head, so some kind of a play up. Still on the dribble. He's got to get rid of it. Got the separation to get the 5 count started.
They're looking for a 3-point shot to Cole.
Johan. Now it goes to Kennedy. Kennedy back to Johan, looking inside for Mullen. Goes inside, kick out to Johan. His shot, no. Rebound, no. And the first quarter is in the books, but the Vikings take the lead 7-5. Back with quarter number 2 right after this.
At State Farm, when home and auto work together as a team, we score time and money. Call State Farm agent Anthony Hopkins, 785-472-4426 today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back to Hoisington, Kansas. Don Bengtson along with Carson Byers, as the drive out was pretty nice. The drive out tomorrow, well, it'll probably still be nice if we win and if we come back tomorrow, but maybe going home it'll be see what the timing of the snow is going to be. But boy, I wish the Vikings could hang on to this lead and come away with a victory. 1 quarter is a good quarter.
Well, you got to be pleased with that first quarter. You'd love to make a few more shots. The Vikings make a few more shots, but they did a good job on the defensive end. They're making this game really ugly.
Mullen, Kennedy, Rockhold, Brumbaugh, and Schrag on the court for the Vikings. Trey Sides, Ty Sides, Moon, Martin, and Miller on the court for Phillipsburg. And there's a rebound of a missed shot, and Martin had a hold of it when he ended up stepping on the baseline. So I don't know if that really goes as a turnover or not, but it just a rebound they didn't get. Is the turnovers 5-3?
Yes.
Here comes the Vikings. Schrag gets it into the front court in a hurry. Gets it out to Rockhold. Near side to Kennedy. He will launch a 3 ball. No. Rebound Mullen and Martin or Miller fighting for it. And last touch by Miller. And it'll stay with the Vikings.
Great job by Chris just to be there, not go over the back or anything, and force the Austin Miller to not be able to control that ball.
Yeah, those two are matched up height-wise. Very, very good. Rockhold with it, baseline corner inside the lane. Lane gets double-teamed out to Rockhold. He'll do 10-footer, and he made it. Wow. Johan Rockhold knocks down the 2. Vikings up 9-5. The 7:29 mark, it made that basket. There's Sides on the dribble drive at the free throw line. Elevates, shot, no. Rebound, Trey Kennedy.
Trey Sides has yet to score. He averages 17 points a game.
Schrag across the timeline, picked up by Moon. Gets a good screen from Mullen. Here's Kennedy. His drive, little shot, missing. Rebound, Sides inside, and a rebounding foul on, must be on the Vikings. Everybody's going the other way.
Yeah, it's going to be 1-1 now.
That's on Chris Mullen. That's going to be his first. And that's on the younger sides. He's a little guy that really battles hard. He's kind of like Winholtz and Schrag. He's a little guy, but he really battles for rebounds well.
Blake Hebel comes in with those 2 fouls.
Well, I knew he'd come back in sometime. Coach needs to have him on the court. And the front end of a 1-and-1 missing. There's Trey Kennedy up and little floater. No. Good looking shot by Kennedy. He's mad at himself. He didn't make that. That was a good looking shot. Corner Moon. Little fake shot missing. Rebound. And we're going to go the other way. Hannicutt Fouling Blake Hebel on the rebound. Hannicutt picks up his first. 6:43 to go. Vikings up 9-5. Low scoring game for high school boys varsity, but that's what the Vikings had in mind. Here comes a 1-2-2 press by Phillipsburg. Still in the backcourt, the Vikings get it up to Schrog, get it up to Kennedy. Kennedy left alone on the wing, handoff to Schrog, his baseline out to Brumbaugh. He wanted to trigger a three, but didn't. Blake Hebel, his baseline drive. He'll got cut off by Moon. Back to Kennedy inside, knocked away, but saved by the Vikings. Hebel will have it. Off to Schrog it goes. 6:15 to go. Second quarter, Vikings up 9-5. Schrog pulls it outside, set the offense up. He's guarded by Hannicutt. Crossover dribble off to Hebel. Almost mishandled that, but hung on to it. To Kennedy. On the weave offense, here's Schrog in the middle. Out Brumbaugh, no. Rebound Mullen over the back, and Chris Mullen will pick up his second. Boy, he's anxious to get those rebounds.
He is.
He's got such long arms.
What a pass by Lane Schrog. He got a little pick, had a little spin move at the free throw line, and found Cole in the corner. Just couldn't knock down the three.
Mullen, Brumbaugh, and Kennedy out. Winholtz, Lucas, and Schneider in. Dibble, his first opportunity for points, a front end of a 1-and-1. They have made one of two free throws. Now one of three. 9-5, still our score here from Hoisington Substate semifinal game. There's a little pick of the pocket, but Blake Hebel gets it back. We don't call that each a turnover, but it could be.
Great job by Blake to stick with it.
Yeah.
Saw his teammate was in trouble and got the
ball. Lane not to give up on it, even though he turned it over. Here's Lane in the baseline. His shot, missing, rebound, loose on the floor, picked up by Hannicutt. Vikings cold as well, but colder yet is Phillipsburg. Here's Moon. He'll shoot a long three. Good. Moon.
You got to think the shots are going to start falling for Phillipsburg. Vikings need to find some offense here.
5:13 mark. They get within one. 9-8. Vikings with the lead in the basketball. There's Schneider outside. Boy, that Moon's got quick hands to try to pick the pocket. Here's Carson Winholtz trying to get it to Lucas, and he doesn't quite make the pass. Vikings turn it over. Up to Dibble it goes. Dibble out to Moon. He just made a three a minute ago. Schrog closes the gap, so he didn't get another good look at a three. Man-to-man defense by the Vikings. Schrog almost gets the turnover, gets it off the sides. Ooh, and now he stepped out of bounds. He did get the turnover. Side stepped out of bounds.
Lane was just all over the place. He wanted a turnover, and he got one.
Turnover number?
That's going to be 6.
Okay. That's what I'm at as well. Vikings have 4.
Yeah.
Vikings have a 1-point lead on the scoreboard at the 4:35 mark. Schrog quickly up into Winholtz near right by the Phillipsburg bench. Give and go to Blake Hebel. Blake still with it outside the 3-point line. Now driving in, kick it out to Winholtz. Mishandles it a moment, but then resets. Off to Lucas, off to Schrog, far side wing. 4:15 to go. Second quarter action. Neither team has broken into double figures yet. Schrog in the lane, off to Lucas. He'll launch a 3-ball, and it's good. An Arn Reinert CPA 3-pointer by Matt Lucas, 12-8. Vikings with the lead at the 4-minute mark. First team in double figures at the 4-minute mark. There's Sides, gets it out to Moon, trying to get it to his brother. Boy, Carson Winholtz is playing that older Sides brother. He's just getting 2 feet away from him. Here's Moon inside the Dibble. His shot, good. Dibble, that was a nice little give and go there. 10-12. Vikings still with the lead. There's Blake Hebel. Blake with it, up and no, and a foul. Blake will have 2 free throws.
They quickly got it up to Blake after they broke the press, and he had baseline and drove it. He's going to get 2 free throws. Good job by Blake. Good awareness to go in there and get the foul.
That'll be on Trey Sides, his first. Team 4th is all. And Blake knocks down the free throw. Good job, Blake. 13 for the Vikings. At the 3:29 mark. Brumbaugh back in. Winholtz out. We're in Hoisington for Substate. Vikings won their opening round at Norton, 40-35. Second one missing. Rebound though, Cade Snyder. Cade comes up with it. Left all alone. I thought he was going to trigger a 3, but didn't. Inside it goes to Lucas. Over to Schrog. His 10-footer in and out. No good. Rebound Dibble for Phillipsburg. Quickly up to Trey Sides. All the way in. Shot. No. Rebound. Collision. And a foul now on Moon, trying to get the ball away from Lane Schrog. So Moon picks up his first, I believe. Well, he's got quick hands, doesn't he?
Yeah, this is
he's a little guy, but he has got quick hands.
It's a physical team. Both teams are hustling for every ball. It's fun to watch.
Here's Schrog quickly into the front court, side of the lane, and a pound down block. Doesn't go anywhere. Here coming a lot of people scrumming for the ball. Here's Hannicutt up and good. Wow, they got a transition bucket. Hannicutt gets his first basket, and it's 12-13. Vikings still with a 1-point lead. Trey Sides tries to knock it away and couldn't get it controlled. It goes up into the crowd.
Yeah, if you're going to make a skip pass against this Phillipsburg team, you better know where you're going with it, because those Sides brothers are running in the passing lanes.
Sides brothers and Moon, they're all quick as lightning. Vikings try to get open, and do finally. There's the Schrog. 2:45 to go. Here's Blake Hebel off the drive. His shot off the glass won't stay in. Good looking shot off the glass, but wouldn't go. Trey Sides with it across the half court to his brother Ty. Shot way missing off. Oh, and can't get the rebound. It just barely glanced off the rim. Cade Snyder thought it was going to be an air ball, and he was ready for it, and it just hit a little bit of the rim. There's a bounce pass inside the Dibble, stolen away by Lucas. Turnover. Phillipsburg. Baseline corner, Brumbaugh. Off to Blake Hebel. Here's a three. In and out, no good. Wow, halfway down or more. And came out. Here's Trey Sides, or Ty Sides, to Martin. Back it goes to Trey Side. Long three, and it's good. Wow, first bucket of the game gives Phillipsburg their first lead of the game at the 2-minute mark. The 3-pointer for his first bucket. And there's a steal by Sides. He quickly runs out. He quickly ran out and fouled to make sure he wouldn't get a breakaway dunk. They're going to try to decide whether it's going to be an intentional foul or not, and it very well could be. They don't call it a intentional foul. They will be shooting free throws. Trey Sides will have a 1-and-1. Crowd wanted an intentional foul. And it very well could have been. Keaton in for the first time. Miller out. (15-13) Phillipsburg with the lead. Trey Sides, their leading scorer, at the free throw line with a 1-and-1. And he makes it. And you hold a scorer down once they get started. They sometimes go on a real roll. So Vikings trail now by 3. And he got them both. So he's got 5 quick points. Get it into Lucas. Schneider now bring it across the timeline. They've gotten how many turnovers? Oh, almost another one. Here's Schneider. His 3-ball. No. Rebound. Lucas over the top. No. Sides comes up with it. Up to Martin. Martin. Here's Trey Sides. Kick out to Martin. His 3. No. Rebound. Keaton. Here's a long 3 by the younger Sides, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, you knew they were going to start to hit their shots. Vikings got to answer here.
Vikings haven't scored since a 3:29 mark, and it's a 10-0 run by Phillipsburg in that period.
Get a shot for Cole here.
Coach Snyder said, we know they're going to have their runs. We got to just minimize them and then react to them. Here's their time to react. Lucas with it outside. Looking for help. Goes out to Snyder. Snyder with it way outside. Guarded by Dibble. Under a minute we go. Vikings trail 20-13. Snyder on the dribble. Gets it off to Winholtz. Winholtz working against Keaton. Gets it off to Snyder. Off to Brumbaugh on the weave. Brumbaugh off to Snyder. Snyder with it on the dribble. Off to Winholtz. It's a screen for Winholtz. Winholtz off to Rockhold. Off to Snyder. Back to Rockhold. Wanted to go with a long 2. No, and a little floater in the lane. Good by Johan Rockhold.
Nice little floater by Johan, and it breaks the scoring drought.
We needed that one at 22nd mark.
Good stop.
Sides with it outside, guarded by Winholtz. The older sides out in the half-court circle now. 10 seconds left. His drive in good. Wow,
so good.
Impressive. Winholtz quickly with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Winholtz off the glass, no. And halftime is here, and the Vikings trail 22-15. We've got to wrap this half up for you after this. I'm out.
Overhead Door Company of North Central Kansas invites you to visit their website at odcnck.com. Once there, you can look over the products that Overhead Door offers for commercial and residential installation and repair. Overhead Door Company services all of North Central Kansas.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Ask for Kasasa.
Warning. Free Kasasa checking may lead to a rise in disposable income due to cashback on everyday debit card purchases, refunds on ATM fees, and elimination of so-called service fees. Increased satisfaction may result while operating your debit card. If you suffer from chronic money loss, search for Kasasa online.
This has been a financial health advisory courtesy of Kasasa. It's like money medicine for your shopping habit.
Offered locally at the Bank of Tesket. Member FDIC.
Lowest rates, flexible plans, exceptional customer service, and coverage for everywhere you are. Say goodbye to being just a number. Say hello to something different at Next Tech Wireless.
Dr. Luke Rosebrough has joined the Lindsborg Community Hospital and Family Health Care Clinic. Board certified in family medicine, Dr. Rosebrough is accepting new patients for all members of your family. Well child care and health care management for acute and chronic conditions. Call the clinic for an appointment at 785-227-3371. Visit lindsborghospital.org for more information. Celebrating 75 years in 2019, we are your partner in healthcare.
This is the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic halftime show. A first half recap, scores from around the area, and keys to a second half win. This is Smoky Valley Vikings basketball on 95.5 The Rock.
And welcome back to Hoisington, Kansas. Don Binks along with Carson Byers, Jared Bass doing a great job again as the scoreboard operator up there, and Mike Rose doing a great job with the live.smokeyvalley.org. And it is halftime, and
the halftime show is brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic, working with athletes of every level to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. At the school, on the field, or in their clinic, they are ready wherever and whenever you need them to help you get back in the game. The home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Scoring went like this. First for the Vikings, 3 points for Matt Lucas, 2 points for Chris Mullen, 3 points for Blake Hebel, 3 points for Cole Brumbaugh, and 4 points for Johan Rockhold. Lane Schrog just had a tough night tonight. He just hasn't gotten a point yet, but he'll get untracked in the second half. But for Phillipsburg, a slow start. The Vikings had a 7-5 lead after one quarter. But when they got rolling, they got a 10-0 run to get going, and they outscored the Vikings 17-8 at halftime in that second quarter to have a 22-15 lead at halftime. Scoring went like this for Phillipsburg: 2 for Dibble, 3 for Moon, 4 for Hennicutt, 6 for the younger sides, and 7 for Trey Sides. He had his first basket at the 2-minute mark. He scored 7 points in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, they were a big 7 points. That's the difference right now in this game, 22-15. Those big 7 points by Trey Sides, really got their offense going. But shooting percentages here, Phillipsburg shot 37% with 7 turnovers. Vikings did a good job of forcing a lot of turnovers and using those to get on the offensive end and run. Smoky Valley, they shot 28% from the field, just 4 turnovers, which is a good number, for turnovers. But shooting-wise, not the half that you wanted. But luckily you played such good defense, particularly, in that first quarter, that you only find yourself down 7 here to the number 1 seed. You certainly can chip into that lead, and we'll have an exciting finish.
Yeah, and Coach Snyder, again, he told me, and you heard it in the pregame interview, if you heard that he knows they're going to make runs. They're such a great shooting team from outside, and they showed that when the Moon kid hit that 1-3, and then each of the Sides brothers hit another 3, and they got some points off turnovers. I had a couple more turnovers than them because I know they got a deflection and a turnover there, the one that Matt Lucas got that foul on. So they probably had a couple more than what you had, but they quick, those hands, they got out there in those passing lanes and tipped it away, and those turnovers led to points, and it's just what they do best. The Vikings just have to really concentrate on taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they got to come out in the second half and score a few easy ones and hopefully settle down and play good defense like you did in that first quarter and like you did in that second quarter too. Big credit to the Sides brothers. They got it going. That's not necessarily on the Vikings. They just got to absorb these runs and hopefully chip away at this lead.
Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Midway Motors. Call Maury for your Smoky Valley real estate needs. Dr. Darrell Loader, Bank of Tesket, Viking Auto, Lindbergh Family Dental Care, Smoky Valley Booster Club, Gallant Tire and Auto, Scott's, Arn Reinert CPA, Farmers State Bank, Yoder Lawn and Tree Care, Harry Malary, CNL Heating and Cooling, and People's Bank and Trust for helping us with our portion of the broadcast. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and talk about some other games going on, TMP and Hoisington, the late game. They're out there warming up on the court right now. Back with more basketball right after this.
Farmers State Bank of Lindsborg, located at 447 Harrison Street, is proud to support the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes. Good luck, Vikings, and good luck, Swedes. Member FDIC.
There are few things more important in banking than partnering with people you know. At Bank 6, they pride themselves on being community-driven and helping customers make the best decisions with their finances. Whether it's a personal account or business loan, Bank 6 is there for you. Come see how you can secure a high-interest CD today and put the power of compounding to work. Bank 6 with 2 locations in Salina, 1900 South Ohio and 2101 East Crawford. Bank 6 is a partner you can trust. Member FDIC.
Smoky Valley Chiropractic. Dr. Darrell Loader has been on the Viking sidelines since 1995. A doctor with advanced certification in both wellness and sports injury management, he is the resident expert in the Smoky Valley, helping others live long, active, healthy lives since 1995. Lindsborg Community Hospital and the Family Healthcare Clinic is growing. Construction is well underway, so we have 2 new doors for you. The clinic has a temporary entrance on the north side of the new addition. Use this north entrance for walk-in sick clinic, to get your flu shot, or to see your provider. The hospital must be entered just to the right of the former main entrance of the hospital. Use this when you're visiting the hospital for any reason: physical therapy, lab, x-ray, and urgent care. Find us on Facebook or visit lindsborghospital.org for all the latest in construction updates.
Back at Hoisington, Kansas, the TMP Prep Marion, they beat Lions in their first round game 51-46, and Hoisington, they beat Russell by the score of 61-43 to advance. So they play the late game tonight right after our game. The Vikings again won by the score of 40-35 at Norton last Monday night. Smoky Valley girls fell to Norton, the number 1 seed, and the Norton girls came down here and won last night in their semifinals, so they're in the finals of the Substate. And the Phillipsburg boys, they won over southeast of Saline by the score of 61-38 to advance to their spot here against the Vikings. Again, a halftime score 22-15. Vikings, both teams out on the court warming up, trying to get everything figured out for the. But what do you think? You mentioned a couple of keys to the second half victory. It's going to have to start with the defensive end.
Yeah, it is. And on the offensive end, I'm looking at a guy like Cade Schneider. I thought he had some good looks from 3. Just couldn't get him to go in the first half. See if he can get hot from 3. He's been known to come in the second half after not really scoring throughout the game in fourth quarters and hit a flurry of 3s. That'll be big if the Vikings can get that out of him or Cole, obviously, and obviously Lane Schrog on the offensive end too. He had some great drives. Hopefully he can get a few more foul calls and get to the free throw line and get in the scoring department.
Well, they've had some good looks inside there. Lane's had a couple of shots that have looked like they rattled about 3/4 of the way down and then rattled out, so it's kind of been an unfriendly rim. The Vikings just have never played well here at Hoisington, so maybe this second half will be a change in venue. And Trey Kennedy came out and got some points. Johan Rocco got some points.
Matt
So
Lucas hit a three,
they've gotten some points from some different places. But I think the core of their seniors need to really step it up in the second half.
Yeah, they do. Blake Hebel also had some shots for him out in that first half. Love to see him get scoring the ball and continue to be aggressive.
So we'll see what the next 16 minutes will bring. 8 minutes will be put on the clock here in 30 seconds, and we'll be ready for the second half. The Vikings will get the ball first. Phillipsburg will start the same way they did with Miller, Hannacutt, Sides, and Moon. Vikings also with Mullen, Hebel, Winholtz, Brumbaugh, and Schrog. Stay tuned for a great second half. See if the Vikings can rally and come away with the victory to play again tomorrow afternoon. Schrog gets it from Brumbaugh. We're underway here in the second half. It's picked up by Side. They go 1-3-1 in a little zone look here now to start the second half.
Let's see how the Vikings adjust offensively.
Inside it goes to Mullen. Mullen kick out to Hebel. Hebel drive, elevate, shot. Oh, missed everything trying to get it. It's Cole. Good job by Cole. He hit it off of Sides, and it'll stay with the Vikings. So good hands by Cole Brumbaugh on the ball going out of bounds.
Yeah, I was not expecting an air ball there from Blake because it was such a good move.
Great jump stop and elevate right from the side of the lane, a little 10-footer or less, and he just couldn't get it to go. He goes in the lane this time and gets it to go. Beautiful inlet pass.
He knew what he was doing right when he caught the ball and went right to it.
And Vikings get the first points of the second half at the 7:30 mark. Now it goes to Trey Sides, over to Miller, over to Moon. Lobbed into Miller. He can't hang on to it, and he throws it off of Mullen to save the possession for Phillipsburg. That was a play like KU runs that play. Vikings run that play.
Yeah,
Get it off on the wing and go for the back cut, but little pass is a little bit wide of where it needed to go. Hannacutt with it now. Goes out to Trey Sides to Miller. Miller working against Mullen. Shot in the lane, missing. Miller gets it, and we're going to have a foul on Miller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought that's the way he called it. That's the way he was pointing. Nobody in the section we're sitting in likes that call, but I thought it was the right call because Miller was over the back. Mullen had great position.
It certainly wasn't a foul on Chris. Maybe a no call, but
yeah, I would have called no foul if I would have been officiating, but we'll take the foul. Vikings into the front court comes Lane Schrog against Moon. They go man to man this possession. Inside to Mullen in the lane. Kick out to Schrog. Three-pointer Lane. Oh. Good! Lane Schrog's first points of the game. 20 for Smoky Valley.
Big 5 points coming out of the half here. The Vikings are ready to go.
Moon with it, looking inside for Miller. Not there. It's steal by Lane Schrog. Lane will go in for two, and it's a 7-0 run to tie the score up at 6:40 mark. Off of a turnover. Tip it out and take it to coast. 22 all. Sides, dribble drive, shot, good by the younger side.
Ty Sides, what an answer. Vikings had all the momentum, and he just took the ball in his hands with a nice finish.
6:20 to go. Their first points of the second half. 24-22. Vikings lead. Crossover dribble by Winholtz. Still outside, guarded by Sides. He gets a 5-count stop. Mullen inside, knocked away. And now we've got a foul. Yeah, we have a foul on Hannacutt, reaching over the back of Blake Hebel. That'll be his second foul. Viking ball underneath their own basket. See if Lane Schrog can get a nice feed into Blake Hebel again. They're probably going to be watching for that play again. Trying to get it in. And there's Carson Winholtz blocked by Sides. Good block. Boy, he can elevate. He can get up in the air.
Absolutely. What a cut by Carson Winholtz, though, coming from the elbow to the block. But, yeah, great block there by the older Sides.
Looking for Brumbaugh. Goes to Winholtz instead. Lane Schrog looking. Winholtz still on the dribble. Off it goes to Hebel. Blake Hebel out top, guarded by Hannacutt. Inside to Mullen. Mullen, kick out to Hebel. Hebel outside the three-point now, inside the lane. Dribble drive, shot, soft, good. Got it to go. Well, that was a soft shot. 5:40 to go. Tie ball game, 24-24. Up it goes to Trey sides, guarded by Winholtz. To Moon, top of the key, crossover dribble, loses the handle, goes back outside. He's guarded by Brumbaugh, Vikings man-to-man. Moon, dribble drive. Off it goes to Miller. His shot, good. Miller with a big, strong finish. That's his first points. 26-24. Both teams up in the offensive output here a little bit. Here's Schrog. Schrog off the backhand. Here's Mullen inside. His soft shot won't go. Miller with the rebound. And Lane Schrog with the foul. Miller just too strong and too tall. Lane couldn't get the ball, and that's only his second foul. Boy, Lane, after he picked up that early foul, that's only his second foul.
He was a little out of control there on that take, but a smart play by him to just throw it up there, knowing he has the big Chris Mullen ready to get the offensive rebound.
26-24, Vikings trail by 2. They've outscored them 9-4 in this half. Sides gets it off to Dibble, who checked back in. Back out the sides. Dribble drive in the lane, elevates, shot from Tan, no. Rebound, Snyder for the Vikings. He and Conrad Peterson checked in a little bit ago. Snyder from the free throw line, no. Rebound, Trey Sides for Phillipsburg. Quickly up the other way. Over across court to Moon. Moon launches a long 2, no. Rebound, Moon. Drives in there, rebound Schrog. Vikings have a 2-on-2 break. Lane Schrog up and blocking foul on sides. He said he's shaking his head no. The fans right around us saying no, but Lane Schrog says I'll take it, and he gets 2 free throws.
Absolutely.
He comes up with, he's on the left side. He should be shooting with his left hand, but he tries to get it up off the backboard with his right hand. He gets it up there really soft, but it looks a little unconventional, and he can't knock down the free throw.
Lane's been so good from the line, especially since after Christmas. I feel like Lane's been doing a really good job. Not there, though.
Second Lane Schrog free throw. 26-24, Phillipsburg with the lead, and gets 1 of 2. We're in Hoisington. Vikings 25 now. Phillipsburg 26. Conrad Peterson, Cade Snyder, Blake Hebel, Brumbaugh, and Schrog on the court. They're going to go 2-3 zone for a little bit here. Sides with it. Trey, long 3, no. Rebound, Blake Hebel. Up to Lane Schrog on the air ball by sides. Lane Schrog in the lane, elevates from 10. Oh, it just won't go over the front of the rim. And we've got a rebounding foul on the Vikings. Conrad Peterson gets the foul. That's his third. Under 4 minutes, halfway through the third quarter. Vikings trail by 1. They trailed by 7 at halftime. Cross court to sides. Out top to other sides. Martin inside to Dibble. Good double team. Younger tie sides. 3, swish.
Yeah, you just can't give him that shot.
29-25. That's a big 3 at the 3:33 mark. 29 for Phillipsburg. 25 for Smoky Valley. 4-point deficit for the Vikings. Blake Hebel out top. Inside to Conrad. Has the ball. Knocks it in. No. Spun too hard. Wouldn't go in. A good-looking shot by Conrad. Tie side. Wanted to trigger another 3. Didn't. Gets it to his brother. He triggers a 3. No. Rebound. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Phillipsburg. Somehow. Here's Hannicutt, long 2, no. Rebound inside, Cole Brumbaugh. And he gets called for the travel. He comes down straddling Lane Schrog, and he couldn't get the footing to go. That was kind of a bad luck turnover there for the Vikings.
Yeah, it was.
Number 6 or 7?
I think it's 6.
The Vikings will go 2-3 zone out of the turnover. Trey Sides looking. Now goes out to his younger brother out near their bench. Vikings will go 3-2 drop zone. Martin out with it out top. Over to Trey Sides, far side wing. Gets a screen from Miller. Back to his younger brother Ty. Back to Trey. And on the wing, guarded by Brumbaugh. Elevates shot. Two-pointer rattles in. Boy, we're getting those shots to rattle, and they don't go in. They go out. He's got 9, and it's 31-25. Schrog on the dribble. Out top, inside of the lane. Kick out to Cade Snyder. His 3-ball. No. Rebound, Trey Sides for Phillipsburg. Quickly up to Dibble. Baseline shot. No. Rebound. Loose. Picked up by Schrog. Schrog gets double-teamed, and they hack him on the way out. Foul on number 10, Miller, and that'll be his third. Lucas in, Hebel out. 31-25, 6-point lead and a timeout on the court. It's a full. We'll step aside as well. 2:13 left to go. Third quarter, Phillipsburg 31, Vikings 25. Back right after this.
Trust your Smoky Valley real estate needs to Mari Loader of Coldwell Banker Antrim Piper Winger Realtors, a Smoky Valley business owner since 1995 and a community volunteer. No one knows the entire Smoky Valley area the way that Mari does. Call her for your real estate needs. Call Mari, call it sold.
And welcome back to Hoisington. Don Binkson along with Carson Byers. And got confused a couple of times saying we're playing Hoisington, or we're got our black uniforms. They have their white uniform on, but we're playing Phillipsburg in Hoisington. Hoisington has a late game against TMP out of Hayes. But here the Vikings find themselves down by 6 points with 2:13. They trailed by 7 at halftime. They've made up a lot of that deficit. Actually took they got tied up. They never have taken the lead in the second half. But they got it tied up a couple of times, 22-22 and 24-24, but unable to take a lead. Here comes Winholtz with it, guarded by Sides, Trey Sides, cross-court pass, and the Vikings turn it over. There's a reach-in foul by Cade Snyder. The cross-court pass to Cole Brumbaugh for a 3 was just too much for Cole to get up and save it. And Snyder, that's his first. Under 2 minutes we go. Vikings need a stop. Trey Sides on the dribble drive. Nice little fake, but he can't finish the shot. Lucas with the rebound. Good rebound by Matt Lucas. Winholtz on the drive, out to Lucas. Looked at a 2, didn't trigger. Out to Snyder, inside to Mullen. Back to Snyder. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by the Vikings. Snyder with the dribble drive, and good. Cade Snyder, first basket. 27-31. Here's a 3. No. Rebound, Mullen inside. Good, strong rebound. He's got an advantage because Miller has 3 fouls. He didn't want to pick up his 4th. Cross-court pass to Brumbaugh. Cole hit that shot. Out to Lucas. Baseline to Winholtz. Good Viking movement of the ball, but got to trigger a shot when you got an open look. Winholtz outside with it, guarded by Martin. It's a 5-count started now off to Lucas. Lucas out to Brumbaugh. Come on, guys. Under a minute we go. To Snyder. Snyder inside to Lucas. His little floater, too strong, gets his own rebound, but tipped away by Dibble. Just a little tip to knock it away and keep the Vikings from getting another shot. Here's Ty Sides. Dribble drive, penetration, shot, no, but a foul. And 2 shots coming off for Ty Sides. He's been the scorer tonight of the 2 of them. Cole picks up his 2nd foul. And the free throw's good. 32-25. The 40-second mark. Ty Sides, a sophomore.
Man.
And he got them both.
They hit the free ones.
33-27, 6-point lead. Carson Winholtz with it, outside guarded by Moon. Moon gets a 5-count started. Crossover dribble out to Brumbaugh. He will launch a 3-ball. No. Rebound Lucas. Brumbaugh. Ball loose. and gets a foul. Moon gets called for the foul. And he did run into him. There's no question about that. I just thought they was all going for the ball. I didn't think they'd call anything. Coach Side's not very happy with it, but like I say, we're in the section of Phillipsburg, so all of them in our area are not happy about it. Here's Brumbaugh with it. Off to Lucas, inside to Snyder. Gets double teamed quickly after he gets the ball. 6 seconds left. 5, 4. Cade with it on the dribble. Off to Lucas. Going to have to shoot. Now they got to travel. And the Vikings turn it over. Can't get a shot off.
Yeah.
Turnover number.
It's going to be 8.
Just 0.8 of a second left. Wow. Slow to get that clock started. It wouldn't have counted. But we go to the fourth quarter. Vikings trail 33-27. Back with quarter number 4 right after this.
Do you know what major TV networks, Hall of Fame athletes, wineries, pubs, famous chefs, and brides and grooms from across the country have in common? They all purchase custom-etched glassware at glassdecorators.com. EmsloyGlassDecorators.com have been providing carefully etched glass for nearly 30 years. An effective tool for company branding, etched glasses are also perfect for school and civic groups, special occasions, and that one-of-a-kind gift they won't find anywhere else. Emsloyd Scandinavian Specialties and GlassDecorators.com, supporting Smoky Valley Athletics since 1984.
Vikings need defense, and they need points.
Yeah, that's
kind of what they've been. But they got a good start to the third quarter. If they can come out and get that little run to get it going.
Yeah, you'd love that again.
See what happens there. They'll start the same way they did the game of Hebel, Schrag, Brumbaum, Mullen, and Winholtz. Moon, Sides, Dibble, and Hannicutt for the Phillipsburg Panthers. Sides on the dribble. Little elevation in the lane. No. Rebound. Vikings get the first stop that they needed. Here goes off to Lane Schrag. Schrag in the front court. Crossover in the lane. His shot. No. Rebound. Lane kicks it out to Brumbaugh. His shot from the elbow. Good.
Nice
Cole.
shot. Wow. Good job to elevate there by Cole. Get the ball above the defender and hit it.
I hope Coach got after him and said, guys, we got to shoot. Let's play defense and shoot the ball. There's a turnover. Lane with it. Lane. On the dribble, no, but he's fouled, and Lane Schrag will have 2 free throws. They had 1 of 2 a little bit ago, but there's the turnover we needed right there.
Yeah, similar turnover and run out that they had at the beginning of the third quarter.
But those Sides brothers are quick. Lane is quick.
Yeah.
And they really outran him to the basket. First free throw, out, no good. 33-29. Vikings trail by 4. Second Lane Schrag free throw coming here. And good.
One possession game again.
1 of 2. 30 for the Vikings. 33 for Phillipsburg. Sides with it, guarded by Winholtz. Off it goes to Hannicutt. Hannicutt looking for tie Sides. Ooh, good backdoor cut. Good block by Mullen. And he throws it out to save it to get the turnover.
Wow.
Quickly up to Lane Schrag. Oh, Schrag is double teamed and fouled by Sides and Sides. They both reach for the ball at the same time and sandwich Lane Schrag. And that'll be free throws now coming for, that's on 12 Ty, and that's his first foul. Wow. This one's the front end of a 1-and-1. Lane's got to knock this one down. Miller, their big guy, coming in for Dibble.
Huge free throws here.
7:04 to go. Fourth quarter action here from Hoisington. Substate semifinals. The number 5 ranked Smoky Valley Vikings. And that one rattles and finds the bottom of the net.
Oh, man.
That would have gone out earlier in the night.
Maybe so. Maybe the
Lane's got a big smile on his face.
The wind's changed in here.
He knows how important these free throws are. It's a 4-0 run for the Vikings, and he said he was over the line. It did not go in anyway. But 31-33, one possession game. 4-0 run for the Vikings to start the quarter. Exactly what they needed. Here's Trey Sides. Gets it off to Moon. Gets it off to Ty Sides on their little weave. Oh, he throws it back. Oh, but Moon was there to stop the ball. Moon with it missing everything. Mullen with the rebound. Boy, there's a collision in there, but Mullen didn't get knocked down with it. Vikings with a chance to tie. Go ahead with a three. Blake Hebel to Brumbaugh. In down to Mullen. Back to Brumbaugh. Cross court to Hebel. Blake shoot that shot. Blake with the drive. Foul. And they got a 1-and-1. Wow. Moon gets caught. He's aggressive.
He's trying to sell it a little bit. Blake kind of got that arm extended, but I think the ref saw Moon try to sell it, so.
Blake Hebel on the free throw. Front end of a 1-and-1 for Blake. Blake's got 7 points. That's too strong. Over the back, rebound by Mullen, and good for the putback. He just cleanly took that away, and the Vikings tie it up at the 6:18 mark. First time it's been tied, and there's an offensive foul on Phillipsburg inside. I was writing something in my book. Who's it on?
I think that was on Trey Sides.
It's on number 11, and that'll be his third. Oh, that's his fourth.
Wow.
That's his fourth. So their leading scorer, has 4 fouls. He's got 9 points. He averages 17 a game. Vikings with a chance to take the lead. It's tied up at 33-33. Winholtz with it. Guarded by Sides. It's a screen from Mullen. Off it goes to Blake Hebel out top. Guarded by Hannicut. Side of the lane drive. Elevates. Shot. Good. And one. Blake Hebel with a 2. With a chance for an and one. The Vikings take the lead at 35-33 with 5:46 left to go.
Blake doesn't show a lot of emotion out there, but he was pretty fired up after that one.
That is foul number 4 on their big guy.
That's
a 3-point play, 36 for the Vikings. Phillipsburg hasn't scored yet in this quarter, fourth quarter. Miller with it, the big guy, he's got 4. Their leading scorer, Trey Sides, he's got 4. Sides in against Winholtz. Inside it goes, and a throwaway.
Wow.
Miller throwing it back out to Trey Sides. He throws it away. They're the panicking team right now, and it's a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep this one right here as the Viking crowd. We don't have a great crowd, but a good crowd on hand. Good student section on hand, cheering away.
Well, this is fun. The Vikings have come out both at the start of the second quarter, or the third quarter, and the fourth quarter, and doing some really good things on offense, making a lot of big plays, forcing Phillipsburg into a lot of turnovers. It's fun to watch.
Oh, it is. They're just unbelievable. They're turning the ball over. How many turnovers do they have?
I am for 11.
Okay, I knew I'd missed a couple. But the Vikings have turned those turnovers into points. They have scored 9-0 run to start this quarter. What they desperately needed, and now they get another turnover right here and see what they can make points against this turnover.
Yeah, you got to continue to score because you know Phillipsburg is going to hit some threes down the stretch.
They're going to have a run. They're going to have another run in them. Cole Brumbaugh will put it in. Goes up to Carson Winholtz. Nobody guarding him very close. They're going to go 1-3-1 trap now. The Vikings should play that pretty well. Into Mullen. Over to Schrog. Baseline corner, Hebel, 3-ball, swish! An arm right at CPA, 3-pointer by Blake Hebel.
Wow.
Here's a 3 by Martin for the Phillipsburg. No, ball tipped out by Hannicut. It's Viking basketball. They can't get anything to go right for Phillipsburg, and the Vikings have hit some big shots down the stretch.
Wow. 12-0 run now for the Vikings. And playing with a lot of emotion here as they're going to try to upset the number 1 seed. A lot of basketball to play.
A 12-0 run to start this quarter for the Vikings. They're going to put a full court man-to-man press on. Snyder trying to get it in, knocks it away, and Sides knocked it away and then right into the hand of Snyder, and he couldn't get in bounds quick enough, so the Vikings turn it over. Is that 10 or 11?
I have it for 9.
Okay.
Maybe I missed one.
Out it goes to Ty Sides. Vikings up by 6. There's a foul by Lane Schrog on Ty Sides as he's driving around the corner. That's the 5th team foul at the 5-minute mark.
That's all right. You got fouls to give. Don't let an easy drive in there.
A 12-0 run to start this quarter for the Vikings. Can they be enough? Trey Sides with his 4 fouls outside against Winholtz. Gets it off into Hannicutt. On to Moon. Martin. Ty Sides. Trey Sides. Out top to Moon. Moon with it, guarded by Snyder. Martin on the dribble, out top to Trey Sides. Good defense, Vikings. Trey Sides needs some help. Gets it off to Moon. Moon with the dribble drive. His shot, no. Rebound, Moon. Shot, no, but he's fouled. And Moon, even though he's little, he's pretty darn strong. He was fighting in amongst the big guys, and Mullen finally gets the foul called. Moon will be at the free throw line.
It's just a mess down there. I've had a lot of those scrums tonight.
Moon free throw good. First points of the fourth quarter at 34, coming at the 4:31 mark. We knew that we kept them at bay, and then they scored those points before halftime. I hope this doesn't open up the door. Boy, just barely crawled in to get 35-39, 4-point lead for the Vikings. Phillipsburg, the number 1 seed, having trouble here at Hoisington. Schrog with it on the dribble, still at the dribble, top of the key dribble, at the blocks. Needs help, goes out to Blake Hebel. 4:15 to go. Snyder to Hebel. Over to Lane Schrog. Schrog with it. Take him on the dribble lane. He's got 4 fouls. He can't foul you. Shot off the glass. No. Rebound. Oh, Sides took it away from Cade Snyder. Great rebound by the sophomore. Here's Moon. His dribble drive. Kick off to Trey Sides. His little elevation move. Missing. Rebound Mullen. Good, Chris. Strong rebound by Chris Mullen. Blake with it on the dribble. Gets it over to Schrog. 3:40 left to go. Fourth quarter. Vikings lead by 4. 39-35. Lane outside, guarded by Ty Sides. And a timeout, Coach Snyder. The 5 count was going. It's a 30. We'll step aside this time. 39-35 Vikings lead. Back after this 30-second timeout.
Boyd Accounting provides professional accounting services in the Lindsborg area. Call them today at 227-2589 for all your accounting needs. Wishing the best of luck to the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes.
Hoisington, Don Binks along with Carson Byers. We got Jared Bass working the controls for us, and a special thanks to Mike Rose and his crew. Maybe he's a crew of one, I don't know, but he's done this live.smokyvalley.org all year long for us, and picking up the feed from here at Hoisington and putting our audio on top. And it's an exciting semifinal game here for the Vikings. See if they can hold on to this lead. Schrog into the front court, gets double teamed off the Brumbaugh. Oh, and bad pass by Cole Brumbaugh. Steal by Sides. Ty Sides with it. Baseline corner, Trey Sides missing. Rebound off the Vikings. No. Oh, I thought that went off of us.
That was definitely off of us. But we will absolutely take it.
We'll take it. Trey Sides, their leading scorer, staying in with his 4 fouls. Or rotating their big guy. He's got 4 fouls as well, so they're rotating him defense for offense. 3:17 left to go. Vikings need to get it in bounds now. Get it into Lane Schrog. Crossover dribble. Layup. Good. Lane Schrog. Got it to go. 41 for the Vikings. And there's another turnover going the other way. Vikings are creating turnovers and have a lead, 41-35. Lane Schrog in the backcourt with it. Crossover dribble. Gets him into the front court. Knocked away by Sides. Gets it off to Trey Sides. Trey Sides loses the ball. And he turns it over.
Oh, man.
Turnover after turnover, both teams. Lane off to Blake Hebel. 2:50 to go. Vikings up by 6. 41-35. Schrog out top with it. Trey is going to Strog kick out to Snyder. His three ball. Good! An iron runner CPA three-pointer by Cade Snyder. Vikings up 44-35. Miss and a rebound and a foul. Vikings have a 1-and-1 at the other end. Dibble guilty of the foul. Could the Vikings upset a number 1 seed? They upset a number 4 seed Monday night. And timeout a full. We'll step aside as well. Vikings up 44-35 with 2:29 left to go. Back right after this.
I really appreciate the faculty and staff here at Bethany. They care about their students and they're helping them achieve their goals and to be successful.
It's a Christian-based college, and I felt that he was in the right hands when I left him here.
We chose Bethany College so my son could have a good life.
If you want inspired learning at an affordable price, choose Bethany College. Learn more about your good life at bethanylb.edu.
A loud and victorious Smoky Valley gym here, Smoky Valley basketball game. It's Hoisington Gym. The Vikings have suddenly caught fire. They held Phillipsburg. They got a 12-0 run to start the quarter. They got 2 points in there on 2 free throws, and the Vikings have scored 17. It's 17-2.
Wow.
Blake Hebel free throw, too strong. Off the back iron, no good.
Still a lot of time left. Going to have to hit free throws because these side brothers can certainly get hot from the three-point line with 2:29 left.
No kidding. Can the clock run fast enough? Second free throw, good. It's a 10-point Viking lead, 45-35 at 2:27. And Phillipsburg, Martin, his dribble, looking for Trey Sides. He's got 4 fouls. He can't take the ball in and get a chance to foul out of the game. Here's Ty Sides. His dribble drive. No. Rebound. No. Ball loose. Dibble picks it up. No. Rebound. Sides. No. And Trey Sides will have 2 free throws. Fouls. Blake Hebel picks up his third. Boy, that Blake Hebel had 2 fouls early. He had to sit out in the first quarter with 2 fouls. And now just picks up his third.
That's the sign of a smart senior player there.
Oh, my goodness, smart.
You know,
first free throw, good.
Love to get some defensive rebound there, but that possession took a long time off the clock.
2:08 left to go. No, rebound Blake Hebel. Gets it off. Oh, it's steal by, and there's a foul by Blake Hebel. Blake goes down hard on the floor. But it comes up. Man, Blake threw that ball away, and Martin stepped right in front of it, got it to Sides, Ty Sides. And he'll have 2 free throws. Blake Hebel got down on the ground, and he'll have to wipe up a little perspiration on the floor there. Official doing a little housekeeping. 2:04 left to go. 36 for Phillipsburg, 45 for Smoky Valley. They've only gotten 3 free throws in this quarter so far. Team that scores a lot of 3-pointers will have 3 free throws, make it 4 free throws. As Ty Sides gets their 37th point. Lane Schrog back in. He got a little breather there. Second Ty Sides free throw, also good. So he got them both.
Here you go. You're up 7, guys. Just calm down. Make it in.
Trying to get it in. Boy, it's hard to get it in. Get it in. Oh, they're tipping away again. Another turnover. Martin with a 3 ball. No. Rebound. Moon, the little guy inside, gets it off to. Here's another Martin 3. No. Rebound. Phillipsburg throws it away. Ty Sides got the rebound. Tried to find somebody. Boy, they are aggressive. The Vikings have had trouble getting the ball in bounds.
Yeah, if you turn it over, though, just play smart defense. The Vikings are getting a little out of their sorts when they turn the ball over.
Now, they've had a couple of bad turnovers here lately. Get it into Cade Snyder. Cade has it knocked away, stolen underneath, and good by Ty Sides. Mercy, come on, guys. 40-45. Timeout on the court. It's a 30. We'll step aside. Back right after this.
Arn Reinert, CPA LLC, provides tax and accounting services in the Smoky Valley area and is a proud supporter of Smoky Valley High School and Bethany College activities. Located at 117 South Lincoln Street in Lindsborg. Arn Reinert, CPA LLC.
First Bank Kansas is a proud sponsor of Smoky Valley football. First Bank Kansas is your community-oriented, customer-focused bank where banking is made personal with locations in Lindsborg, Salina, and McPherson.
To the other end of the court. We've had it too long here. They've scored now 5-0 run because we haven't gotten it across the half-court line. We've turned it over twice. Get it into Lane Schrog. He gets double-teamed in the corner. Gets it up to Blake Hebel. Blake Hebel still in the backcourt with it. Still in the backcourt. Now gets into the front court. Goes over to Lane. A minute 30 left to go. Vikings by 5. Lane Schrog on the dribble. Off to Snyder. Snyder. Hannicut. They double-team the ball every time they pull it up. Now Lane way out by half court. Started by Moon. Off to Carson Winholtz. Back to Lane Schrog. Lane dribble drive. Cross court to Brumbaugh. Knocked in the backcourt. Carson picks it up. Good job. And there's a foul by Moon. And Carson Winholtz will have 2 free throws coming up. Carson hasn't scored in the game yet. 2 free throws for Carson Winholtz. Now 1:06 left to go. Vikings haven't scored since a 2:27 mark.
Double bonus is nice, knowing you got 2 chances. Make sure you go at least 1 of 2 every trip.
2 shots coming for Carson Winholtz. First one, no good. Mullen getting ready to check in. Coming in for Cade Snyder. Got to get some rebounding power in there. 1:06 left to go here in the fourth quarter of the Substate semifinal. Winners play tomorrow afternoon. Losers season is over. Second Winholtz free throw. Missed them both. Rebound Honeycutt. Off it goes to Trey Sides. To Martin. Martin on the weave. Martin left alone out top. Go Ty Sides. Ty guarded by Schrog. Ty with the dribble drive. Off to Hannicut. Back to Ty Sides. Long 3. No. Rebound. Hannicut inside. Trey Sides. No. Rebound. White ball. So it's not. I thought it was going to be a Trey Sides foul out there. I thought, wow, Carson Winholtz gets called for the foul. Carson will pick up foul number 1.
Yeah, and Trey Sides is going to go to the line. Almost automatic from the free throw line. It's big.
He missed 1 of 2 in this quarter, though. He has 2 free throws here. Why they're letting him come in with 2. Oh, it is a 1-and-1. It's only the 9th foul on the Vikings, so it is a 1-and-1. That's why he got to come in. First free throw by Trey Sides. You're right, it's automatic. 41-45. Vikings still lead, but only by 4 now.
Coach Schneider telling his team to block out. In case of a miss here, you got to make sure you get that rebound. Don't give them an extra possession.
Trey Sides getting close to that point total. And he does miss. And the ball rebounded. Last touch by Mullen. Somehow Moon got in there to hit it. And Mullen then hit it second. My goodness, guys.
Yeah, still a 2-possession game here. You got to just calm down and play some defense.
42.3 seconds left to go. Ty Sides will put it in play. Get their offensive substitutions back in. The big guy Miller. Oh, beautiful play they ran. And Miller knocks down the 2. Yeah, a good job by Blake Hebel. Here comes Lane Schrog quickly into the front court. Lane Toss it goes to Brumbaugh. 43-45. Vikings by 2. There's a two-handed foul by 14 Martin. That'll be his first. Cole Brumbaugh with 2 free throws coming up. Got to make free throws down the stretch.
That was a smart play by Blake. You can do that, for a certain extent of time. Get it to the guy you want to throw it into. Phillipsburg crowd doesn't like it, but that's just a headsy play by Blake.
And rattling, and going to the bottom of the net is Cole Brumbaugh free throw.
Breaks a bit of a scoring drought.
3-point lead for the Vikings with 23 seconds left to go. And he makes them both. Good job, Cole Brumbaugh.
Yeah.
Just first Viking point since a 2:27 mark. 23 seconds. Over 2 minutes without scoring. Here comes Ty Sides with it into the front court. Vikings man-to-man. 4-point lead, Smoky Valley. Ty Sides. Three-pointer, no. Rebound, Lane Schrog. Schrog with it, still with it. Gets it off and fouled by Hannicutt. Lane Schrog will have 2 free throws coming up at the other end with 10.1 seconds left to go.
Wow. I thought that 3 was going to go in. Tyside's been so good tonight.
And a timeout by Phillipsburg. A full timeout, so we'll step aside. 10 seconds remaining. Vikings 47. Phillipsburg 43 back after this 30-second timeout.
Farley's Bar and Grill in downtown Lindsborg is your game day headquarters. Come try their Monte Crisco or other specialty menu items. Farley's Bar and Grill, located at 101 North Main Street in Lindsborg, proudly supporting the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes. Did you know you can purchase custom-etched glassware at the Hemsloyd? It's a perfect one-of-a-kind gift. Hemsloyd Scandinavian Specialties and GlassDecorators.com, supporting Smoky Valley and Bethany Athletics since 1984.
Line. It is Vikings with a 4-point lead. Lane Schrog with 2 free throws. Lane has 10 points in the ballgame after not scoring in the first half. Vikings can almost ice this game away here with 2 free throws. And the first one is good. 48. And a substitution, Brumbaugh and Mullen out. Now, Lane Schrog was the one that was fouled. There's no question about that.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Both the officials at the scores table asking the official scorer about something. I don't know what the question is.
I don't know.
10.1 seconds left to go. All clear now. Lane Schrog will get his second free throw. 43-48. 5-point. This could make it 2 desperation threes. We'll see what they do. Lane's free throw, perfect.
Back-to-back big trips to the line by Cole and Lane.
Ty sides with it. Lane Schrog guarding him. Ty all the way up. Gonna try to launch a 3. No. Rebound. Loose. Martin picks it up. Off it goes to Hannicutt. The Vikings win! The Vikings win! 49-43. That 10 seconds seems like it took forever.
This is March.
This is March Madness, no question about that. The Vikings knock off the number 1 seed, Phillipsburg. We'll be back to wrap this game up for you after this timeout.
Game day starts and finishes at Farley's Bar and Grill in downtown Lindsborg. Located at 101 North Main, this upscale one-of-a-kind establishment offers a wide variety of drink and food specials. Come try their jalapeno poppers, coconut chicken tenders, or their classic Monte Crisco. Then wash it down with an ice-cold beer or tall glass of wine. Farley's Bar and Grill at the corner of Lincoln and Main in downtown Lindsborg. Farley's, your game day headquarters for the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by the Bank of Tesket. Generations of confidence, relationships for life. With locations in Lincoln, Salina, Tesket, and Lindsborg. The Bank of Tesket. Member FDIC.
We're the Bank of Tesket.
People's Bank and Trust is proud to support the Lindsborg community and the athletes at Smoky Valley High School and Bethany College. I'm Ryan Biegert, branch manager at the Lindsborg location for People's Bank and Trust, a proud native of Lindsborg, and I'm ready to be your banker. People's Bank and Trust, meeting the needs of our community and always improving the way we do business. Located at 201 South Main in Lindsborg, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Vikes and go Swedes.
This is the Smoky Valley Vikings postgame show. Coming up, the Salina Ortho Player of the Game, scores from around the area, final stats, and an interview with the coach. This is Smoky Valley Vikings basketball on 95.5 The Rock.
And welcome back to Hoisington, Kansas. Don Binks along with Carson Byers. The Vikings pulled the big upset, winning at 49-43. Unbelievable finish for the Vikings. Just everything went their way in that fourth quarter.
Well, and this is a team that has been through so many close losses this season. And it's so great to see this group come together and against a great team like Phillipsburg and get it done and play their best basketball in that fourth quarter. 17-2 at one point in that fourth quarter. Just a really impressive play and great to see them, despite some errors they made that last 2 minutes, to be able to finish the game off some back-to-back big trips to the line and get a huge win. And they'll be playing for state tomorrow.
It is, and you'll be doing the game because I can't be here tomorrow, so you'll have to see what you can get done. But they outscored them 22 to 10 in that quarter, and it is.
This is the Bank of Tesket postgame show. Generations of confidence, relationships for life. Member FDIC. Ask about the new Kasasa checking account in Lindsborg, Salina, Lincoln, and Tesket.
Don't forget
don't miss the Rockingham Media Scoreboard show brought to you locally by RE/MAX Advantage Realtors tonight from 10 to 11 on Sports Radio 1150 KSAL. Get a recap of this game, scores from the area, and other wraps from other Rockingham Media stations. That's the Rockingham Media Scoreboard show brought to you locally by RE/MAX Advantage Realtors from 10 to 11 on Sports Radio 1150 KSAL.
Trying to quickly total up some points because I forgot to do that while we were talking. I got the Vikings score. We'll go with them real quick. 3 points for Matt Lucas, 4 points for Johan Rockhold, 4 points for Chris Mullen, 5 points for Cade Snyder, 7 points for Cole Brumbaugh, and then in double figures, 12 for Lane Schrog, 14 for Blake Hebel. What a great job by Blake Hebel down the stretch. Really he had a quiet first half, but boy, he played so well. 17 points led the way for the sophomore tie sides. And 2 points for Dibble, 4 points for Miller, 4 points for Hannicutt, 5 points for Moon, and then in double figures. The sides boys were the double figure scorers, but it's a young gun tie sides with 17 and Trey sides with 11. We'll get a post-game interview for you from Coach Snyder here in a little bit, as taking the court now is Hoisington and TMP Marion. The Vikings will play one of these winners, so they might stay and watch part of this game tonight.
Yeah, they probably will. I don't know, who you'd rather want. You've beaten a Hoisington team, but you've also lost to them pretty badly here, so you'll have to, scout this game a little.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a Central Kansas League matchup in the finals.
Yeah, it would.
No question about that. Again, the Vikings with the 49-43 victory, outscoring them really the second half. They outscored them 10-12 in that third quarter, and then 22-10. They didn't score until the 4:31 mark. They got 2 free throws. Like you said, it was a 17-2 run there. But then Phillipsburg, we knew they could get turnovers. I thought that maybe they'd start making some threes, but they got most of their points on free throws, got a couple buckets inside. They went on a 8-0 run there to get the game back to a 2-point game, 45-43, and then it was kind of iffy, and the Vikings come away with a huge win tonight, and they improve their mark now to 9-12, and they just did a great job here in the game tonight. Congratulations, Coach. You did a couple of good things. At the start of the third quarter, you went on a 7-0 run. At the start of the fourth quarter, you went on a 12-0 run. You can't hear me?
No, I don't know if I could talk. I was going to say we just did a couple of good things.
Well,
that's all you're going to give me credit for tonight is a couple.
To start with. Those were important things, though, because you were down at halftime by 7, and to come out and erase that lead, they kind of thought, you know what you're doing. And then when you whatever you said to them between the third and fourth quarter, to come out with that 12-0 run, it was actually a 17-2 run to start the fourth quarter. You guys just played super, super defense and scored enough points.
I told them the same thing we said last game. I said, their runs are done, and you guys have to step up. And they believed in what they were doing. I'm proud of these guys because, as Carson knows, many of these guys on this court are not very talkative people. They just do everything by how they show. But when you're in a huddle and you're playing in a game like this and your guys are saying, this is what we want to do, we believe in it, we know we can do it, and this is how we're going to do it, whether it ends well or it doesn't end well, then you believe in what they're going to do. And that's what you try to get with your teams as you get to the point where there's not that indecision. It may not always go well. The results might not be great, but as long as those guys buy into it, that's what we have to be able to do. And they bought into what they had to do, and they made plays. And like you said, I didn't feel at all worried. I was a little worried about how well we were getting into our offense in the first half. But otherwise, I felt like they just had a little spurt at the end. We didn't have Chris in at the end or Blake in at the end in the last 4-minute war. And I felt like that one got at the half.
Yeah.
And I felt like that one just bit us just a smidge because we didn't get a couple of boards and made a couple of silly plays otherwise. But then I thought, we'll open up the second half fine, and we did. We got a couple of steals or a steal and a layup, hit some shots, and we're right back in the game. And again, this is a Phillipsburg team that is solid. They're a very good basketball team. They're not ranked 3 in the state for nothing. And they jumped right back on top of us again. And then, like I said, the guys believed that they could finish the game and finish it strong. We didn't switch to any of our zones anymore the rest of the way. We just went right at them. And guys made shots. Guys made plays down the stretch.
Got a little hairy at the end. They kept knocking the ball away. We spent about 2 minutes. We scored at the 2:27 mark to take the 45-35 10-point lead, and then they went on an 8-0 run. We couldn't get the ball back across half court. They were really feisty. They were knocking the ball away. They were stealing passes, but we still didn't panic.
Well, I'm hopeful that we got some assists for the ones they scored because we had some beautiful passes to them and gave them every opportunity. That's where I stress again. They're a good basketball team. They're a very good basketball team. And I thought, when they knew their backs were against the wall, they cranked it up a notch. It's one of those where I had timeouts. I could have called them, but the passes happened so quick. Yeah. There wasn't any time to call them. And I wanted to make sure we had the baseline to run a few times on the rebounds or on the made free throws. So I didn't want to give that up by getting the ball in bounds and having to call a timeout and be stagnant. But, we were able to run. I think there was one stretch where they got 3 or 4 or 5 rebounds on the same shot.
Yeah.
The only good part about that was I think on the 4th rebound they threw it out of bounds and it took 20 seconds. So we were able to milk some time off the clock. But, the two sides kids, they're very, very good players. I thought we did a pretty good job finding them most of the night. Really pleased with how our posts responded in the opening of the second half. The way they were doing some things defensively, we decided we wanted to try to slip in and seal them in the opening stages of that half. And I thought, Blake got in there, Chris got in there, and Conrad had a great look as well that just didn't fall. But I thought we established some inside, and we drew some fouls on them, and we made them have to play us a little bit, and that changed the game somewhat for us. And then we were just able to hit shots. Good free throw shooting down the stretch, or moderately good. We missed a few. But
Carson or Winholtz ended up with a couple of misses, but Cole knocked him down. Lane knocked him down when you needed him.
I think Blake stepped up there and hit at least 1 out of 2 on one of them or something. But we were trying to get the ball into shooters' hands and see what we could do. And at some point in time, you just got to make sure you're getting the ball across and getting some offense run. But another huge play I thought was being able to break the press the one time with Lane and get him to take it coast to coast there and be able to get up the floor. That was a big play. But so proud of these guys. This is what we've worked so hard for all this year, and we knew that we had some lumps, but we're one game closer to where we want to be, and hopefully those guys can get some rest tonight. We'll get ready to go. Of course, we play at 3:30 tomorrow, a little bit earlier, but these guys have a late night playing out here, and we need to make sure we take advantage of that and hopefully have our legs tomorrow and be ready to go.
Preference on who you want to win this game?
You get to this stage, you don't have a lot of preferences. You're just glad you're here. So
you upset the number 4 team. You upset the number 1 team. This is a 2 or 3. That's just, take them all down.
Yeah, well, we know either team. We're going to have to come out and bring it. We know what Hoisington brings to the table. We'll watch TMP today and see what they have. And I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty good ball game. Obviously, Hoisington has a little bit of the home court advantage, but, we'll see what happens, and hopefully we'll be ready to bring it tomorrow.
Good luck tomorrow night. I told you before, I can't do the game, so you'll have Carson. Maybe he'll get somebody to here, and maybe he'll do a better job than he did in December for you.
I think that was us, not Carson. That was us. So we'll be ready. Thanks, guys.
Doug Snyder of the Vikings, a victory for Smoky Valley, and the Vikings will play tomorrow. What are your thoughts after hearing what Coach Snyder had to say?
Well, yeah, a lot of pride in how a lot of the seniors were able to step up towards the end of this game and finish against such a great team and a resilient team in Phillipsburg. They kept battling and kept making shots, but great win by the Vikings. But they got to come tomorrow, and tomorrow's the big one, the Substate Championship to go to state for the 4th straight year. It'll be exciting.
No question about that. Well, that'll wrap it up for Jared back at the station. For Carson, this is Don wishing everybody a very pleasant good night. Don't forget the tip-off is tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 following the girls' finals, Substate finals. And it'll be here, Carson Byers. And Carson, I don't know if you're ever bringing anybody with you tomorrow or not, but we'll see what we do. But we'll have it for you. Thanks to Mike Rose for doing this on live.smokeyvalley.org as well. Take care.